Alright, we run the die roll. I do want to play first despite being the control die because I just don't want to get run over by other peeps. And yeah, we got to keep. Divination will pull us out if we run out of things to do, but we have nice 2 early drops in order to just get the game go longer. I'm going to try this whole preview window here. I think it'll be good. I saw some other streamers and drafters doing it, and with how hard it is to see some of the cards, this is nice. Yeah, and playing against this opponent, looks like we really do want to just have our early defenses available. We don't have any artifacts that make this guy good, but he's just a 1/3 in the deck, which is great. It's also why I played him over the Research Assistant, in case the Research Assistant ends up biting a dust with a combat trick or something. Alright. We'll be happily trading cards here. A land would be great. Turn is not amazing. I'll go ahead and keep, again, we just want to go late, so we'll just get another 1/3 on the table and pass the turn. And then hope that we can draw some lands next turn. If my opponent lowers the pressure, then we can just play Divination. If not, we might want to get... Oh. That's interesting. Alright, Feast, go for it. I'm happily trading here. If you have Indestructible, oh, you can't even cast it. Yeah, that's just a trade. I'm happy with that. Yay! Alright, so there isn't much more pressure, but I don't want to get... If an opponent lost life last turn, I'm going to target a creature you control. Am I really scared of that? This guy becomes a 2/2 at max? Because this guy have to be removed and then something else happen? Yeah, I think this is a good time for Divination. Seems good to me. Yeah, that's great. Cool. Then we'll pass the turn. We get our 4th land online. We can play our Paragon. We can play Coral Barrier and Crippling Blight against something that we're scared of. That'll be a good one. Just so my opponent doesn't get too far. Oh, yeah, definitely going to kill the Child of the Night then. For sure. Another land. So yeah, we'll just do Crippling Blight and Coral Barrier. That's perfect. We just want my opponent to be able to be gaining life here. Normally, you might want to kill something else, but yeah, the Johnny's Primate, can't let that guy stick around. And then after the Coral Barrier's out and we get the Paragon on, we're going to have really nice defense set up. With everything pumped up so nicely, which means I do want to pay attention to how I block. I guess it doesn't really matter. We'll block with the Coral Barrier. A Cursed Spirit is going to take a Flesh to Dust. Ooh, a Rotfeaster Maggot as well. We'll just play this guy, pass the turn. Flesh to Dust the Accursed Spirit. Might want to do it at upkeep. Is there any reason to do that? We just don't want my opponent to make it indestructible. Yeah, we'll do it now. There's not... I doubt there's going to be like a enchantment or anything on it, so I'd rather just kill it now so that it definitely dies. Because if I don't kill it and like it gets the indestructible white card, then I'm really screwed. Soulmender. Okay, that's going to be a bit of a bummer with Johnny's Pridemate. So now we want to start trying to get some pressure on my opponent, which will include the Welkin Turn and the Paragon, right? I don't care too much about the Rotfeaster Maggot. It's just a bummer that this guy is going to start going. So we want to kill the Pridemate fairly soon, if possible. And I'm actually happy to attack with the Squid and the Research Assistant now, especially since I have the Coral Barrier still. Max, this guy becomes a 3/3, and if we can clear the board a little bit, I'm okay with that. That guy gets big, eats the Squid token, I presume. But still, again, the whole idea was just clearing the board, and I'm okay with that. We get to play the Maggot. Or not the Maggot, the Turn. We have a nice 3-2 Deuter here. We'll go ahead and block the Pridemate with the Coral Bear if my opponent even lets us, and doesn't, so that's fine. Ooh, another Divination? Yes, please. Do I need... I want to Divinate here. That's very nice. Typhoid Rats is going to be fantastic. Do I want to give anybody flying right now? Do I want to attack in with this dude? My opponent can have a 4-4 coming. The Rats is going to be the one dealing with it. I think, yeah, we just start the race now. Or maybe I just... Yeah, I want to race, actually. This guy becomes a 3-3. If the Rats get dealt with, the Primate could start getting really huge really fast with a Feast, because if, you know, damage is getting through. I don't know if I want to block with the Coral Barrier or not, but my opponent doesn't have a way to deal with the Rats, so I'm in good shape there. Ooh, another Rats. 1, 2, 3. I still don't think I need the Rot Feast or Maggot. I'd rather just get the Rats down, so I think we'll do another activate, get this guy big with our Paragon. Keep that game plan happening. Attacking for 5 in the air every turn is good. The thing is, I have enough mana to go ahead and play the Rot Feaster Maggot. The only thing I'll be playing around is Mass Calcify. And I guess Festergloom makes life pretty bad for me, which means maybe I do want the Rot Feaster Maggot for some double blocks. Yeah, I think that's more likely than I'll get rid of my Chief Engineer for that little bit of extra life point. No, I don't care about that 1 life, and my opponent might be playing Graveyard Shenanigans, and the Cursed Spirit is actually pretty dangerous, so we'll do that. We got a 4-4 on the table, which can turn into 5-5, but the Rats are going to do a good job of making that not a big deal. What else you got? Swiftclaw, don't care about at all in any way, shape, or form. And our defenses are up. And we got Liliana. I almost feel like it's a win more thing if I just go ahead and play her, but I mean, the tides could turn if this guy gets insane and the Rats get, eaten away. Let's go to combat. I'm playing her. I feel like it could be worth just holding on to her 1 turn, not to have to show it. But yeah. At the same time, I haven't seen my opponent's deck fully, and getting my opponent to get rid of one last card could just be really good. Alright, so my opponent is that nice aggressive deck, worried about a little bit of life gain as well. So, what was I thinking for that sideboard action? The Leeching Sliver, there's another one too. Wall of Limbs, those are the 2. How good do I feel about that? We won because of the Welcome turns. My opponent's going to be on the play now. Is an 0-3 that good against my opponent? A Leeching Sliver is. I definitely want. This guy trades off with tons of what my opponent has. The 1-3s are also very good, but we saw tons of X1s. Gosh, I wish I'd have Festergloom. But because there's the 2-3 toughness dudes, and there's just life gain with the... I don't think the Wall of Limbs is that great. And my deck already kind of deals with it. I didn't see a whole lot for the Pretender to copy. You'd be my own guys, and if I have my own dude out already, it's kind of already a good thing. I kind of just want to lower the curve that way. Could be appropriate just to get rid of in Garrick's Wake. But no, that's kind of like one of my win conditions, is to like stall at the board. I think we take out the Pretender. Crippling Blight's great. Yeah, I think that's what we want to do. Cool. It's all about staying alive and staying alive. Ooh, this is a horrible hand. We're gonna mulligan. And you keep. Bummer. I'm mulliganing for sure. This is much better, especially with the Typhoid Rats and Crippling Blight to get the early game on, and then draw some more lands. I'll let that guy take a Crippling Blight. No, because at the moment it doesn't really matter until I see the Pride Mate or something. We'll do it. Oh, that's a double white. Yeah, actually, I think that I should have Crippling Blighted it right away. Research Assistant. Because my opponent can just play it and then make it a 3/3, and then I'm in a little bit of trouble. Yeah, and now that I have the Research Assistant, it deals with a lot of the other X ones that I'm worried about. So we'll just go ahead and attack in for one. Super inefficient with the mana, but that's fine. Warden of the Beyond. Alright, we didn't see anything originally that exiled stuff, but that definitely can get nasty soon. So I would be happy to try to trade it off with my Typhoid Rats, which again is everything we want to be doing. Trading off cards so we get to the late game. It's a bummer because we are low on the cards, having mulliganed. But that was on the draw, so it wasn't horrible. What am I scared of right now? Not the dorky enchantment. There's no life gain at the moment. So my opponent wants to go ahead and do that. Like I said, I just want to stay alive, and I guess my opponent has better blocks, but I'm actually okay with these trades, considering what I have coming out soon. Oh, you have some other type of trick, do you? Indestructible? No, something else. Ooh, Devouring Light. I'm very happy that took a Devouring Light. But now this guy's a 4/4. That's why my opponent did it. Okay, okay. A little worried now. You start taking some beats. Rotfeaster Maggot's only going to gain me a life. But it does, like, slow this guy down quite a bit. So I want to dig for a land, basically. If I draw the land, what am I discarding? Probably just the Nimbus. If there's some random spell I pick, get rid of it. But yeah, Rotfeaster Maggot should be pretty good. I definitely want to do the loot here in response. Yeah, we'll get rid of the Covenant of Blood. I think... No, actually, we'll get rid of the Nimbus, because what we want to do is draw a land, play the Rotfeaster, right, and then the Covenant can end up taking out something pretty big. And we're just looking to go a little bit later anyway, so that's fine. Can't block. Cool, we got our land. We also get to exile our Nimbus, get a little bit more life, so that's kind of cool. And I think that extra 2 life is worth it versus the Soul Mender, which I don't care about. I don't have graveyard shenanigans besides Liliana, and if Liliana's ultimating, then, well, that'll be fine later. Probably just going to use her as like a double tutor. My life total now is not a big deal to me. It's more about the board state. Ooh, that's going to be a bummer. Especially because that was going to help me cast Covenant. And now I take 6. So maybe my life total does matter now. Because I can't be blocking. Covenant can't be cast yet. I could draw another land and maybe cast it. Ooh, Typhoid Rats is a good draw. I wish I could play it and Liliana. Liliana is actually kind of good right now. It does die, but if that takes some heat off of me and I lose a card there, that's okay. Nah. Oh, wait. Liliana's gonna be best for like turning up the Scully Doom engine, so that's what I want it to do. And I can even block with a research assistant now to pay the oppressive rakes cost, so that's cool. The Paragon. Not quite as good now, but my opponent can't give the Death Touch out. Doesn't matter though, it still will end up eating the research assistant. But it looks like my opponent wants to go aggressive, which means I'm happy to go ahead and I'll trade the Warden. Yeah, for sure. Definitely something I want to do. It's a bummer, again, because the rats helps me cast the Covenant, but just getting that guy out of the way is cool. Now I think I just kill a Paragon here. My opponent's left with a 2-3, which I can start dealing with fairly shortly. Oh. I need to target it first. Gain a little bit of life back. Pass the turn. Then Liliana we can slam down and hopefully start getting some card advantage. Thing is, goes down to 2, then takes 2, possibly more when my opponent plays another creature spell. Maybe I'll just plus it up 1. Discard. My opponent can discard the last card. I kind of have to play this. The question is, do I just want to grab my Scuttling Doom engine off of Liliana? Or do I want my opponent to discard a last card, which is a relevant card? My opponent didn't play a land. I think I just want my Scuttling Doom engine, and it'll take some heat off of me. My opponent could just go aggressive and hit me down, but Scuttling Doom engine does everything I need it to do right now. I'm not going to play my island because I can't activate the Oppressive Rays, and when I draw the card next turn, I can't activate it either, so there's really no point in the moment. So does my opponent just try to kill me quickly, or try to get rid of Liliana? I see. Kill Liliana and do 2 to me is respectable. Goodbye, Liliana. Something really crazy? Ooh, Pridemate. Not crazy yet, but with a little... Oh, Child of the Night, that could get hairy. Alright. Slam this guy down. There might be too much pressure against me right now for anything. Because I'm taking 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm taking 6. Going down to 4. This guy becomes a 3-3, but that does mean that this Doom Engine eats stuff. Can only be blocked by the Intimidator, right? But I might be just so far behind this race, that's an issue. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, down to that. I think I just killed a Pridemate, is that right? But then again, the Doom could just block a bunch of stuff anyway, soon enough. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I'm down to 3. He's lethal, these guys are both lethal, that's not good. Block this guy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can be blocking the Research Assistant with these dudes pretty well. I'll have to block, yeah, we'll just kill the, we'll just block the, oh. I need to actually go to blockers, We'll block our Intimidate dude. There could be something, but I don't have choices right now. More pressure? Ooh, Razorback Griffin, that is pressure. Flesh to Dust is good. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3. I'm just 1 land away from being able to do all this, huh? Well, now I am going to play the land in case this doesn't happen. I can't attack with Sculling Doom Engine because I need it for defense, correct? Correct. But my opponent might think I just have a land in hand, may not attack with these other dudes. May not want to throw cards away, and the flesh could kill the Razorfoot Griffin. Scully Legend can block anything else I want. Another Pridemate? Jeez. Alright, I'm scared. Attacking with everything. I go down to dead? Is that right? I block one, I kill another, take 4. I can't block and do all this, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's it, right? So if that's it, do I even show the Flesh to Dust? No. We'll just concede. Hoping my opponent was going to go there, but my opponent did. Kind of had to. Alright. More X1s, more things I'm scared about. I still think I like playing the Sliver over the Mercurial Pretender. I think I like how I played that game. I'm going to keep it the same way. My opponent has a pretty fun synergistic deck. Mostly those Pridemates, those 2 Pridemates are pretty good, and putting those with some Lifelinkers are pretty nice. So that's going to be my key of killing things. Yes, yes, that's my game plan. Kill the Pride. Alright, I definitely want to play first because I don't want my opponent playing first. This hand is lame, but keepable. I do like lands in general to be played with this deck, which is so land hungry on the top end. And we have 2 ways to slow the game down, which is pretty much anything I could hope for. What do I care more about? Well, if my opponent doesn't play anything, I might be able to get some damage in. It's more fragile than the Chief Engineer, but really just a trade is all we're looking for. Hello, Pridemate. Of course you have a Pridemate. I thought it was a double white. I was wrong, of course, but that's what I thought. Yeah, so we're not attacking. That's for sure. And yeah, we're good on lands, so let's just draw some good spells. Feast on the Fallen. Okay. Yeah, that card I'm okay seeing. Ooh, that will be good. Defense is up. We'll get to start looting away. Be interesting to see what we loot based on we do actually want lands for Garrett's Wake. For now, we don't have to worry about it. Let's see if my opponent attacks in with the Razorfoot Griffon. Because we saw that removal spell already. Probably not going to block. We'll just go ahead and play the little mini race game. Ooh, Triplicate Spirits? If that's the case, I think I die. Yep. I need to keep my lands then, because I need definitely to get an Garrick's Wake resolved. So I need to be drawing lands and playing lands. Welcome turn, that's okay. It gets me somewhat there. The other option could very simply be to loot it away at the end of turn in order to get a land for Garrick's Wake. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I think my entire game plan right now is to resolve Garrick's Wake. I already played my land for the turn, so I can wait to do the Research Assistant. I will be blocking next turn if my opponent tries to bash in. We just want to get, we don't get too run over by the +1/+1 counters. And if my opponent starts wasting cards, you know, like a combat trick or that removal spell to get rid of my flyer, yeah, Garrett's Wake is the entire game plan right now. All right, opponent's going for it. I'm going to go for the block. Might take 3. But I need to force my opponent to do this now before the 3/3 gets out of hand, or before the first strike gets out of hand. Yep, it has the Convoke Devouring Light, which is what we are anticipating. Take 3. My opponent's going to be able to put counters on. We just need lands. Swiftclaw's fine. I think we have enough life total to kind of get there. Goodbye, Welkin turn. Alright, we're almost there. Yes, that happens. Alright, so we got our lands. We're going to take a big ol' hit here. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, E. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay, so we're good. We're just going to have to passy the tourney. My opponent might be wondering why I dropped a Welkin turn, but it's kind of not good against this board. It's a bummer that I don't have any major follow-up within Garruk's Wake, because I'm not going to... This is not the game win condition that I would hope for. I'm going to get a lot of hits here. Alright. Are any of these 3 dudes worth 3 life? I think so. We're just going to go ahead and trade here. And it's also because I'm not signaling that I have in Garruk's Wake. My opponent might be a really good opponent, has a sweet deck, might be thinking, okay, something really nasty, might even think about this rare, but now we're more likely, yeah, exactly, to get another card out. Whereas if I didn't, my opponent would be thinking, now what the hell is my opponent playing to get that? I'm not doing the Research Assistant because I have exactly the cards I want in hand. There's nothing better that I can be drawing right now. And I just got Flesh to Dust, which is awesome. Oh gosh. Did I miscount? No. Pay 1. Oh my gosh, it's 9. I did miscount. I wonder how many of you earlier on were thinking, hey, that costs a lot more than you think it does. So this is an interesting predicament. Not only did I just signal that out that I have in Garruk's Wake, I totally miscalculated. And can I afford... Well, I already played my land for the turn. Let's just pass the turn so my opponent's not waiting for forever. I have Flesh to Dust, though. Do I actually want to use it? Do I need to use it to stay alive? I think I have to do Chump Blocks and then use in Garruk's Wake, hoping that I get Research Assistant. So do a Research Assistant. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I can't do... Oh my gosh, this is crazy. What do I care more about right now? I think we have to use the Flesh to Dust to kill the Warden. I still can get out of this if I resolve in Garruk's Wake. So I just need to save as much life. Correct? Correct. Is there any profitable anything? No. Got it. But I do need to make sure I don't die. So this is in case he has a indestructible spell. Nope. There we are. Kill that guy. I do want to keep my guy around. I'm going down to 2 here, right? I need to draw land. If I draw land, I move forward. If I don't, then I don't. Land? Land! That's called a rip. Now we can do it, finally. My opponent still has 3 cards in hand, mind you. Alright, we're gonna try to bounce back. I'm not winning this game yet, despite resolving that. I'm at 2 life. My opponent's now at 17 and has 4 cards in hand and kind of a board state and a Cursed Spirit. How about that? Pretty sure I'm dead. Oh, well that helps. Not by much, but gets me there. What's the... I definitely need the most life total. Pridemate, Foot, Warden's only 2, so I'm only gaining 2 life here. Awesome. Griffin I'm very scared about. Because flyers. Alright, so I had 2 nice rips so far. I'm going to presume that that's the end of my luck. And just to play rest on skill. But we have a little bit of a cushion. This guy could go, but then I have another turn. My opponent has 4 cards in hand. Oh my gosh. This is a really fun game right now. I'm enjoying myself, despite up against very, very hard odds. Because I don't know how I even turn the tides. What other cards? I have a Covenant. That could be good. Pillar of Light. Oh my gosh. Well, my opponent has a lot of cards in hand. Not surprised. Probably was thinking about whether I had a counterspell or not, but I have no cards in my hand. My friend, my friend. Can I rip a Covenant of Blood? Covenant of Blood! I've already ripped so hard recently. It's a land. This doesn't really help me. Ooh, but it does! But it does! Alright. Just barely staying alive. I forgot I had Frostlinks in my deck. I can't do Ulcerate. Can attack in for 1. I assume my opponent doesn't have haste in the deck. Typhoid Rats would be a rip eventually. This is pretty much irrelevant because I just can never get a hit from any creature ever at this point because I'm at 1 life. Well, I guess Covenant is a thing. And a flyer. Alright. Divination. I need to think about this. 1, 2. Crazy. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and Covenant of Blood, the Accursed Spirit. Do I even attack in? I think I have to. So we'll play... Do I do a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? No, I can't do Divination and Covenant unless I were to Divinate first, try to get a land, but then I lose. That's like horrible. So we'll Covenant with the Research Assistant, kill the Accursed Spirit, go up to 5, attack in for 3. Oh no. You're dying. It could be right to try to go for the Crow, but I actually have like another Welcome turn in the deck, and I think I'm more likely to be able to deal with this, and plus the guy's just more powerful, has more power already. Chipping away. Chipping away. What else you got? Paragon. That's not good. That increases the clock. Alright. Can I find another way to deal with a flyer? I don't know. Hanging in there. It's about time for me to, I mean, I've been so lucky on these rips. There's an island. Starting with another Divination. Typhoid Rats. Doesn't exactly get us there. If I go 1, 2, 3, 4... I might be able to find something, right? I think it's my only hope. What do I get? Wall of Frost. That's not going to do much. Well, I gambled the wrong way. I could have, if I had killed the Crow instead of the Cursed Spirit, then the Typhoid Rats would have gotten us there. Super close. Super fun. Definitely a rough one. Definitely a rough one. GG's. That was fun. I just tapped GG's to my opponent. And now, I shall concede. Well, gang, thanks for watching. Hey, I got a Liliana. That's always cool. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to post this. If you're watching it, I posted it, of course. I only like to post round 1 losses when I think the games were kind of interesting or there's something kind of to pay attention to in the draft that was fun. So I hope you enjoyed it. My name's Ryan from Mana Bluff. Comment, subscribe, like on YouTube, or find us on manabluff.com and leave comments where I promise to respond on Mana Bluff. Or find me on Twitter, __RJH___. Thanks for watching. See you next Friday.